everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I wanted to share with you really quick how I lesson plan. So let's get started. For this week, it is the week of Halloween, so we've got some really cool things going on. As you can see, I am getting ready to print off a really fun Edgar Allan Poe CSI packet that I bought off of TPT. I'll go ahead and leave a link for that in the description box. I'm also planning the last couple chapters of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein for my boys. They've got about 3 days left on this book, so I am getting those chapters laid out for them for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Next, you'll see that I move on to Algebra 1. I'm going to go ahead and plan the next couple lessons for my son. He does use the CD version, but I like to just go ahead and keep track of what he does each week. And then I move right into Math 7 for my 7th grader. And this one I actually teach myself. So I do like to take a little bit of extra time and go ahead and plan write out exactly what the lesson is. So I kind of have a heads up of what is going on. Here you can see that I'm sorting out those copies that I made of the CSI Edgar Allan Poe unit study. Then I'm going to go ahead and figure out exactly what I want to do for each day with this study. Okay, moving on to 9th grade biology. You guys can tell that I am going to flip back and forth in this book. I can't quite decide exactly what I want to do for this week. There's a lot of experiments, so I did have to cut out a couple of those because you guys, it's just overwhelming. But towards the end, on Friday, I have decided that we're going to go ahead and watch a documentary. So I went ahead and looked up on YouTube and found exactly what I wanted. Here you're going to see me flip to a calendar that I made for each of my boys. It just kind of gives me an overview of what we're going to be learning each month. So for example, in reading, I have picked Old Man and the Sea for my 9th grader. So I'm going to go ahead and assign page numbers for him to read because there's no chapters in that book. And then for my 7th grader, I have picked out Hatchet, and I'm just going to go ahead and assign those chapters for him. Moving on to my 7th grader's science, he is studying birds because our family just recently got some pet birds. So I am using Apologia's Zoology 1, Flying Creatures of the Fifth Day. That way him and my kindergartner can learn it together. I'm also writing some additional notes that I need for some experiments that we will be doing on Tuesday and Wednesday, along with some library books that I do need to check out to go along with this study. Moving on to history, I use both the History of the Ancient World and Story of the World, both by Susan Wise Bauer. This is because I teach all 3 of my boys at the exact same time, and we like to pick a unit to do together, and then we just do different activities based off of their grades. So like my high schooler will do a much greater activity than my 7th or my kindergartner. Now to start planning for my kindergartner. Here you can see that I'm going to start going through some worksheets that I've printed off. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description box to where I found these. TPT, you guys, I absolutely love that website. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out some of the ones that I want him to work on throughout the week. I've got them sectioned out per day. He loves worksheets. And then last, I have a busy box that I like to put together for my son. Here you can see some fun cat erasers that he'll just put on this number sheet. I go ahead and put everything into his Paw Patrol lunch pail, and he loves to use this, you guys. I've got a puzzle that I'll put in there for him, and then I made these domino flashcards. He just puts the correct domino in the pocket with the correct number. This was super easy to make, and he loves it. And then last, I use this alphabet sheet. Again, found this on TPT. I used these alphabet snaps that I found at the scrapbooking section of my hobby store. So there you have it, you guys. This is how I lesson plan for each week. If this is something that you're interested in and you'd like me to go more into depth on how I break down each of the books and the curriculum, please leave me a comment in the comment section below and I will make a video for you guys.